Hey everyone, so I just have one question, one thing to point out that no one seems to be addressing about this whole Kavanaugh debacle, and it's a really big picture type of question. If there is some position of power that can cause this level of hysteria, if there is a position of government power wherein if someone gets that position that you disagree with, and you are worried for hundreds of millions of people, perhaps that means the government is too powerful to begin with. Perhaps that position wields too much influence if you dread the wrong person getting in there. Yes, I know that Republicans and Democrats are more or less the same with their efforts to increase government power in some fashion, but the liberal Democrats have traditionally been at least more open with their eagerness for a stronger government. I wonder if it ever dawns on them the inherent flaw in their yearning for a stronger, more powerful federal government. And that flaw is that if the state has such a high level of influence and commands so much in the lives of U.S. citizens, what happens when the wrong person is put into that position of power? The same was said when Trump got into power. If he causes this type of meltdown, maybe the presidency has accumulated too much power. If you fear for the fate of the country because of one position of power, perhaps that position has too much power. And the same warning was given when Obama was implementing all his pet projects, such as the stimulus package, or Obamacare, or signing all of his executive orders. Even if you believe Obama did a good job and liked all his decisions he made and the programs he implemented, the fatal flaw in this is what happens when someone you detest takes the reins of this position of power that Obama has now increased the authority of. You get exactly what we're seeing nowadays. Let's say you build some machine and it can both help and hurt people, but in a few years you know that someone else, and you have no idea who, will be given control of this machine. It's nearly an absolute guarantee that at some point some bad actor will obtain control of this and do harm. Would it not be wise to destroy it, or at least limit its power? I think so. This is the important point that no one brings up, ever. If one single human being is on the verge of taking one single position of power, and it causes a sense of impending apocalyptic doom on a national scale, like what's happening with Kavanaugh, perhaps that's a good reason to start fighting for a smaller, less influential, and less powerful government. One final little question here is this. Does this happen within private industry? If Bank of America, Exxon, Whole Foods, or any other private company gets a new CEO, does anyone care? Does it bother anyone? Does it come up in the news cycle? Of course not, because deep down everyone knows that as large as private companies can get, you are shielded from them by one simple thing, your voluntary choice. If you want nothing to do with them, all you have to do is choose to have nothing to do with them. The same cannot be said about government. They get to make mandates on your life with or without your consent, and this is where the hysteria comes from. I think it's about time people start connecting those dots and begin realizing that the government is far too powerful, considering that one single nomination can cause a firestorm like what we've seen with the Supreme Court. But that's all for now. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.